Breaking news coming in right now from a Delhi court. Just stay with me. Let me quickly take our viewers through the latest news break. With what is coming in, a Delhi court has admitted a plea on the Smriti Irani fake degree row, which clearly goes on to suggest that there is now a fair bit of trouble for the Modi government and his HRD minister. Now, the court has said that it is a fit case for hearing and will hear the case on the 28th of this month. Well, that is the latest news break that we're getting in, which will practically put the Narendra Modi government in a spot, raising questions of probity in public life. And clearly the Congress is going to take it on from here, asking Smriti Irani to step down till at least she's cleared off all these allegations. Now, what has happened is that a Delhi court just a short while back has admitted a plea on the Smriti Irani fake degree row, saying it is a fit case for hearing. The court will hear the case on the 28th. And all of this, at this point of time is happening where two controversies raging, one in the national capital pertaining to the former law minister, Mr. Jitendra Singh Tomar, and the other right now, the education minister of Maharashtra, Vinod Tawde. If Ashar is still with us, what he can do is talk us through the timeline on this controversy as and when it broke. We're going to try and connect to Ashar. But let's listen in to the latest reactions that are coming in, and we are back with our team of reporters.
Rolling, everyone.
So what happened in court today? Can you please tell us what transpired inside the court today?
Court has taken cognizance but has not sent the matter for FIR or something. He has asked the complainant to lead his evidence to prove that whatever Smriti Irani ji has said in her affidavit is false, which according to us is not false, because she has categorically in her affidavit for the Rajya Sabha in 2011 said that she is become part 1 from School of Correspondence. And in 2014 also, as well, in her affidavit, she has said become pass 1 from School of Correspondence, Open School of Learning, which was earlier called School of Correspondence. So there's no ambiguity. And we feel that probably even the cognizance should not have been taken because it is beyond limitation. Because the earlier election that was held was in 2004. If there's anything about 2004 that's past and that's history, that could not have been taken cognizance of as of today, because the limitation for an offence of 6 months is only 1 year. So 1 year would start from 2011 when the Rajya Sabha affidavit was put up on the website by the Election Commission of India.
So the court also asked for pre-summoning of evidence on 28th August. Where do you see that? All that you will argue is a matter of form. Today the court has found it maintainable.
The court has found it maintainable only to the extent that he would have to lead his evidence and prove that the affidavit was false. Smriti Irani ji has not been summoned by the court. No FIR has been prima facie registered against her.
It's within limitations as well. That's what the court said. It's within limitations.
The court said it is within limitation. It's challengeable for the other court. But as far as she has not been summoned, therefore she is not an accused as of today. Pre-summoning में जो complainant है स्मृति ईरानी जी के खिलाफ, वो अपना केस प्रूव करेगा कोर्ट के सामने कि उन्होंने कोई फॉल्स एफिडेविट दिया था कि नहीं दिया था, क्योंकि स्मृति जी का जो 2011 का एफिडेविट है उसके अंदर जो राज्यसभा का एफिडेविट है उसमें भी बीकॉम पार्ट 1 ईयर लिखा गया है और 2014 में भी बीकॉम पार्ट 1 ईयर लिखा गया, उसमें कोई दिक्कत है नहीं।
कोर्ट ने ऑब्जर्वेशन में कहा क्या आपने? कोर्ट ने
सिर्फ ये कहा है क्योंकि आप
Latest news break. We have on the phone line with me Anusha Soni. She was in the court. She's getting us the very latest. We also have Sanket Upadhyay to give us a larger perspective on what it actually means politically. All of this, we want to remind our viewers, is happening at a time when two major controversies on fake degrees are taking place. One in the national capital, one in Maharashtra. I want to go to Anusha first. Anusha, take us through exactly what it means, what happened. Give us the details.
Well, this is, of course, the first step towards an investigation about the kind of information Smriti Irani had given in her election affidavit. As the lawyer had pointed out, there are no summons yet. There is no FIR yet. But, of course, the court has said that the evidence and the documents that has been brought by the complainant in front of the court are maintainable, and there needs to be a further investigation, further hearing on this. And of course, going forward, if it is found that Smriti Irani did in fact, the union minister did in fact give wrong information on the oath in election affidavits, she could very well be held accountable under the Representation of Peoples Act 1951 and could be debarred. And of course, depending upon the further course of evidence, various provisions of the Indian Penal Code could also be put on her. But as of now, no summoning. But of course, this is a bad news for the government, which has, for the central government, which has gone so hard on Tomar, the AAP minister, who's involved in the fake degree case.
You know, stay with me, Anusha. I want to cut across to Sanket as well on what this might mean politically right now for the Narendra Modi government in battling various issues in every corner. Sanket, if you're still with us, you know, politically, this would practically mean that it's come at not a very good time for the Modi government.
Well, you know, if Smriti Irani and her lawyers were to be believed, they said that there is absolutely no scope for any maintainability of this particular plea. That was the argument that was provided. But the fact that the courts have now decided that this plea is going to be maintainable is politically bad news for Smriti Irani. Why is it politically bad news? Because so far it was being rejected completely. Politically, she had the backing of her party. She was quite firm as far as... I believe there is some reaction coming in from outside the Patiala House Court. We'll first listen into that and then come back.
चीजें थे जो आपने एविडेंस के तौर पे यहाँ दिए थे।
देखिए, हम लोगों ने उनकी 2011 की एफिडेविट, 2004 की लोकसभा की एफिडेविट और ये 2014 की एक एफिडेविट हम लोगों ने कोर्ट में लगाई है, जिसके अंदर तीनों एफिडेविट में उनकी एजुकेशन क्वालिफिकेशन जो है अलग अलग है।
ठीक है, ठीक है।
जी, कोर्ट का फैसला बहुत सकारात्मक है। हम पूरी तरह से संतुष्ट हैं और उम्मीद करते हैं कि आगे भी जो है कोर्ट सही फैसला ले और जनता तक सही जवाब पहुंचे।
आप चाहते क्या है इस मसले का, क्या समाधान हो, क्या कंक्लूजन?
देखिए, कंक्लूजन को अभी इतनी जल्दी डिफाइन कर देना मेरे ख्याल से सही नहीं है, लेकिन मैं एक बात कहना चाहूंगा कि अनपढ़ होना कोई बुरी बात नहीं है, एजुकेशन क्वालिफिकेशन कम होना कोई बुरी बात नहीं है, लेकिन गलत बयान देना और HRD मिनिस्ट्री होल्ड करते हुए उनकी खुद की शिक्षा और शैक्षिक योग्यता पे सवालिया निशान होना, ये एक बहुत बड़ा सवाल है। जनता को उन्हें इसका जवाब देना पड़ेगा।
ठीक है, शुक्रिया, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
To Anusha Soni as well, because what we are getting to know right now is that this plea is going to be heard on the 28th. Isn't that right, Anusha?
That's absolutely correct. 28th of August, and then that's when the court will hear the plea. On this day, the complainant will have to bring on record further evidence. The court will also direct and give in the pointers about what kind of investigation will go ahead, what kind of further evidence do they need. And this will be a very crucial hearing as far as this pre-summoning evidence is concerned. She has not been summoned to the court yet. There is no FIR yet. But this pre-summoning evidence will decide the extent of liability the union minister can have in this case.
All right, just stay with me, Anusha. We're getting in reactions coming in.
होनी चाहिए। तो इस मामले में कोर्ट ने गंभीरता से संज्ञान लेते हुए प्री समनिंग एविडेंस के लिए 28 अगस्त डेट दी है।
आम लोगों को समझने के लिए अगर बोला जाए तो प्री समनिंग एविडेंस 28 अगस्त की जो डेट है उस दिन क्या है, आपको और एविडेंस प्रोवाइड कराने होंगे कोर्ट के सामने?
जी नहीं, देखिए, जो मैंने एविडेंस कोर्ट में लगाए हैं, जो हमारी जो अर्जी कोर्ट के सामने है, उसी को कोर्ट में जो है एक तरह से टेस्टिफाई करना होगा और उसके बाद कोर्ट जो है आगे अपनी
के ऊपर अपना ऑर्डर देगा कि क्या स्मृति ईरानी को एज एन एक्यूज्ड इस मामले में समन किया जाए या नहीं, उस पर फैसला देगी कोर्ट।
जी बिल्कुल,
उस तारीख के बाद। जी, तो इसको कितनी बड़ी जीत मानते हैं आपने? क्योंकि जाहिर सी बात है, अगर आज इस कोर्ट ये फैसला दे देता कि मेंटेनेबल नहीं है तो ये मामला ही खत्म हो जाता।
देखिए, कोई जाती जीत नहीं है, कोई निजी जीत नहीं है, ना मैं इसे मानता हूँ। ये दरअसल जनता की जीत है और HRD मिनिस्ट्री होल्ड करती हैं स्मृति ईरानी जी, और उनकी शैक्षिक योग्यता पे इस तरह से सवालिया निशान होना, ये मेरे ख्याल से
कम शिक्षित होना कोई बुरी बात नहीं।
नहीं, कम शिक्षित होना कोई बुरी बात नहीं है, अनपढ़ भी होना कोई बुरी बात नहीं। हमारे देश में बहुत बड़े बड़े नेता अनपढ़ रहे हैं, बहुत योग्य नेता अनपढ़ रहे हैं, लेकिन इस तरह से एक HRD मिनिस्टर होते हुए अपनी शैक्षिक योग्यता को लेकर गलत बयान दर्ज कराना, गलत एफिडेविट दायर करना, ये गलत है। इसका जवाब उन्हें देना चाहिए।
आप पेशे से क्या है? मतलब आप?
मैं एक फ्रीलांस राइटर हूं और इससे पहले भी हम इस तरह के एक्टिविज्म में इन्वॉल्व रहे हैं। जी
चलिए, शुक्रिया हमसे बात करने के लिए। तो साफ तौर
All right, Anusha is still with me. You know, Anusha, give us details. What does it mean pre-summoning evidence? Give us, and what happens on the 28th, and what could be the fallout of this hearing?
See, no new evidence come in the pre-summoning evidence. In this case, first the court has decided that what the documents were brought before us are maintainable. Prima facie, there is some case which needs further investigation. These are the two broad points that the court has noted today, that there is some amount of credibility and it needs further investigation. Now the court will take these documents, give further guidelines, it will give further instructions. It will also ask further questions on this entire matter. And that's when it will be decided whether Smriti Irani, the Union HRD Minister, can be summoned in this case. So the next hearing would be very important from the point of view of evidence. Though no new evidence, but what kind of arguments does the prosecution put forward?
And based on the arguments, Anusha, it could be probable, and we are not, there's no conjecture here, that the HRD minister could very well be summoned.
Yeah, of course, could very well be summoned. Of course, why not? But what depends upon is that what is the thrust of the prosecution's argument. You are submitting the election affidavit, but it is also very important to establish a criminal intent on her part. Smriti Irani can very well come forward and say that the mistakes were made inadvertently. There was no guilty mind involved. There is no intention of criminal conspiracy here.